Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool washer water circulation pump. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new shield, 2 new mounting screws, and the new water circulation pump. The water circulation pump is what circulates the water through the washer. The main reason to be changing it out is if the motor has failed and the water is not being circulated, or the pump is damaged and you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to change the part, we have to go around to the back of the washer. We can use a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove all the screws to take the back panel off. Now that we have all the screws out, we can take the panel off and set it aside. Now that we have the back panel off the machine, we have access to the circulation pump. It's over here on the right-hand side. To get access to the screws underneath, we have to tilt it forward. So you want to put something under the front of the machine to support it and carefully tilt the machine up so we can get access underneath. You want to make sure that whatever you rest it against is sturdy enough to support the weight and won't damage the surface of the washer. Now that we have the machine tilted, we can change the part. First thing we're going to do is lay a towel down to catch any water that may come out when we remove the hoses. Then we can grab a pliers, and we're going to have to remove the hose that goes to the tub. So we're just going to grab our pliers, compress the clamp, and move it down. Once you have the clamp moved down, you can reach up and pull the hose off the tub. And then we're going to take off the recirculation hose. Same thing, we're just going to move the clamp up and pull the hose off. Now we can go underneath and take out the 3 screws that hold in the pump. We're going to use our 5/16 nut driver to take out the 3 screws. Now that we have all the screws out, we can pull the water circulation pump out, and we have to disconnect the wire harness. There's a little locking tab on the top. You just press it with your finger and carefully pull the wire harness out. Once you have it disconnected, we can pull the water circulation pump out of the washer. Here's the old water circulation pump next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Looks like they redesigned it. They changed the mounting and they gave us a water shield to protect the motor. It'll go in there and mount the same. The only thing we have to do is take the clamp off the old circulation pump and put it onto the new one. If your clamp is really rusty, you can choose the better of 2. Otherwise, you can just order a new clamp when you order the pump. Once you have the clamp swapped over, we can grab everything and put it in the washer. To put the new water circulation pump in, first thing we're going to do is reconnect the wire harness. There's only one way it can go. There's some tabs. You want to make sure you push it all the way in so the locking tab locks and you get a good connection. Once you have it in place, we're going to rotate the pump assembly over, and we have to put in the shield to protect it from the water. So that's going to go in like this and then slide underneath the mounting tabs on each end, here and here. And then that'll allow the 3rd hole to be lined up. And before we mount it, we can clip the wire harness in the cover. And then rotate it back up into place. Once you have it lifted up into place, we can use our 5/16" nut driver to put the screws in to hold it in place. We're not going to tighten this one down until we get the other side in, so we make sure that the shield didn't move and we can line up the holes. Now we'll put in the last screw, and then we can tighten them all down. When we mounted the water circulation pump, the hose went on the tub automatically because it was lined up. If yours didn't, make sure you get it onto the tub and then push it up all the way. If these are hard for you to slide on, you can always get the hose wet, and that'll make it easier to move. Once you have it up all the way, we can compress the clamp and move it up so we get a good seal. Now we can do the same thing to the recirculation hose. We can attach it to the pump. There's a little tab right here that has to go into this notch as you push it down into place. Once you have it on and the tab is in the notch, you can move the clamp down so you don't get any leaks. Now that we have the hoses reattached, we can put the washer back on its feet and put it back together. To put the washer back on its feet, we're just going to carefully lower it down. Once you have it back on the ground, we can put the back panel on the washer. To put the back panel on, all you have to do is line up the large tabs with the cutouts. And then you can lift the back panel up, and we can use a 1/4-inch nut driver to put one of these top screws in to hold it in place while we go around and put all the other screws in. Now that we have the washer put back together, we can plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.